An Indiana Senate bill would make it illegal for minors to receive gender transition procedures or treatments. Senate Bill 480 is one of many being pushed forward in the state of Indiana right now. Fox 55's Brianna Bias is live in studio with more on the bill and why related legislation is so popular. Bree?
Good evening, Tara. Yeah, legislation banning gender transition procedures for minors is not unique to Indiana. I spoke to a political science professor, Michael Wolf, today, who specifies that four other states to be exact, Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, and Texas, already have similar laws in place. But they haven't been able to enforce those laws because courts have overruled them. Indiana Senate Bill 480 is one of more than 24 pieces of legislation targeting the transgender community at the moment, a record number for the state. Political science professor Michael Wolf with Purdue-Fort Wayne says that's no accident.
I don't want to say it's strictly political, but there's a lot of elements that this is a truly kind of important and mobilizing pieces of legislation.
I think it's a lot of people who don't understand the transgender community, and they see this community as vulnerable and a great political talking point.
This specific bill would make it illegal for minors to have genitals surgically added or removed, and it would be illegal for them to take cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers.
Clearly, in the middle of the kind of culture war that we find ourselves in, this has become an identified issue.
Republican Party representatives were not available for interviews, but the bill's webpage says such procedures are irreversible and can cause lifelong infertility. But Thad Gerardo with Allen County Democrats argues parents should be able to make that decision.
Why would you tell parents that we know better than you, and we're going to tell your doctor what they are allowed to do for your child, even if that could save your child's life?
He says banning gender-affirming procedures would cause families to leave Indiana, and it could have a harmful effect on the children themselves.
And there's actually a study from the Centers for Disease Control that says that the lack of access to this type of health care has triggered a further kind of suicide risk.
Republicans note they'll still support mental health services for transgender children. The bill passed 36-12 through the Senate, so Wolf expects it to pass in the House as well. And Wolf also adds that the Supreme Court previously ruled discrimination against the transgender community counts as discrimination on the basis of sex. So while he does expect it to pass in Indiana, he does think there will also be a lot of pushback on its practical implementation. Live in studio, I'm Brianna Bias, Fox 55 News.